On behalf of the Mulenga Autism Foundation, and indeed on my own behalf, I would like to welcome you, each and every one of you, to this event today. This is to commemorate the Autism Awareness Month. Our sincere gratitude goes to our guest of honor, the First Lady of the Republic of Zambia, for accepting this invitation once again. Thank you very much. Madam First Lady, your commitment to seeing that individuals with disabilities and special needs enjoy their rights and freedoms greatly inspires us. We can only urge you to continue with this noble cause. Your work is already bearing fruit since your last visit to us. We are happy to report that since the awareness walk last year, at which you were the guest of honor again, there's been an increased awareness as evidenced by the increase in the number of people coming through to identify and declare that they do have individuals with autism in their families. Madam First Lady, ladies and gentlemen, for this year's Autism Awareness Month, the United Nations has chosen a theme of assistive technologies, active participation. Assistive technologies, active participation. And this is aimed at using technology to assist with day-to-day living for our colleagues with autism. Here in Zambia, however, autism awareness is still in its infancy, and there is still a lot of work to be done in order to reverse the misinformation that is mostly as a result of superstitious and mythical beliefs concerning autism. A lot more still needs to be done on awareness, especially in the rural areas, as most of the awareness work has been concentrated in the urban areas. Currently, the most common belief surrounding the cause of autism is either witchcraft, satanism, or punishment, somebody punishing the parents for something they may or may not have done. It is for this reason that in Zambia we have localized the theme to be increased understanding and acceptance of autism. Increasing understanding and acceptance. As previously alluded to, it is all our job and role to make sure that we improve the awareness of this condition. Raising the kind of awareness that will get us the results of the increased understanding and acceptance will not be accomplished by a single organization or individual. This requires a concerted efforts from as many stakeholders as possible. And indeed, we are very pleased when we see the attendance here that there is commitment and concern from each and every one of you. In this regard, the Mulenga Autism Foundation has launched a program called Pamozi Tikambe. Pamozi Tikambe. This is meant to give increased media coverage on issues of disabilities and special needs in general. There are a number of activities that have been lined up to increase the dissemination of awareness information on the different disabilities and special needs conditions that we have in our communities. And this year, we hope that with the good work of the media, there will be, at the end of the year, a presentation to the best media house giving justice to this issue. For this to be possible, we need a multi-sectoral approach. We are therefore calling on the business and corporate colleagues and stakeholders to join us at the foundation and other NGOs to raise this awareness. It is our hope and belief that the increased awareness information in our communities will lead to better understanding and subsequently acceptance of the different disability conditions. For autism in particular, acceptance by parents seems to be one of the biggest hurdles in the way of early treatment for individuals. It is believed that in Africa, the children normally start receiving diagnosis and treatment between the ages of 5 and 7. This is on average about 4 years later than their fellow children in Europe and North America. For children on the spectrum, early intervention has been shown to increase the chances of them making better progress in learning, communication, and other social skills. The support system that we hope will bring acceptance to this condition will not only benefit the children, but also productivity at the workplace. Raising a child on the autism spectrum is very stressful to parents, especially those who may not have come to terms and accepted their children's condition. This stress negatively affects productivity because the parents are stressed and often they may stop work in order to attend to the children. Our call to the business community and the corporate world is therefore that we need to pull our resources together in order to discriminate this stigma and discrimination. Increased awareness has come with its own challenges, and one of the immediate challenges is the availability of affordable diagnostic, assessment, and educational services. We are aware that government, through the Ministry of Health, the Ministry of General Education, and the Ministry of Community Development are doing a lot to ensure that services are accessible and affordable, and indeed we are very, very grateful for those efforts to date. There is further need, however, for clear and timely communication of government policies to the implementing offices so as not to deprive the children affected of the much needed services. As an example, we still hear of children on the autism spectrum being turned away from schools, even when the government has declared that no one child should be turned away. Further, this absence of statistical data on the prevalence of autism in Zambia makes it difficult for services to be tailored according to the needs. We therefore urge the government to take the lead in addressing these challenges. But we also realize that the challenges cannot be solved by government alone, and therefore we call for the involvement of all stakeholders and all of us working together. The other challenge that has recently come to light is the abuse of people living with autism. There are a lot of wrong vices that are being perpetrated against those living with autism. These range from bullying, sexual abuse, gender-based violence, and abuse of labor, mostly perpetrated by typically able-bodied individuals. We therefore ask the policymakers to look into this area and stiffen the punishment against those found wanting. And also, indeed, it's not just punishment, it's preventive measures, monitoring, making sure that we do not get to that stage. In conclusion, Madam First Lady, I would like to state that what those living with autism together with their families are asking for is not sympathy, but rather acceptance and understanding from the communities in which they live. With a lot of more acceptance and understanding, the world will be a better place for all of us and those living with autism. With those few words, Madam First Lady, guest of honor, and distinguished guests, I thank you, and I thank you for attending this morning's event.